Welcome to today's Explainer. We're going to take our time today and look at one of the most brilliant, absolutely foundational structural design patterns in software, the facade pattern. My goal here is to just strip away all the complicated jargon and break this down for you conceptually. So let's dive right in.
Here is our roadmap for today. We've got 3 quick chapters. First, the real-world analogy. Second, behind the scenes. And third, the developer's takeaway.
All right, Chapter 1, the real-world analogy, finding simplicity in our everyday lives. So I want you to actually pause for a second and really visualize this. Think about the laptop or the desktop computer that you use literally every single day. If I were to ask you, right now, how do you turn on your computer? What is the physical action you take? Just picture doing that in your mind for a second.
Well, if you're like pretty much everyone else on the planet, your answer is probably just I hit the power button, right? You reach out, you press one single elegantly designed button, and boom, the screen glows to life. We naturally kind of believe that turning on a computer is just hitting a giant, simple power button because, well, that is the interface we're provided with on the outside. We aren't asked to jumpstart the motherboard or manually allocate memory or, spin up the cooling fans. We just get one single button. And this illusion of absolute simplicity, that is exactly where the magic of our topic begins.
Moving on to Chapter 2, Behind the Scenes, how the concept actually works. Okay, so here's the plain words definition of what we're talking about today. The facade pattern provides a simplified interface to a complex subsystem. Actually, let's stop right there and unpack that. What exactly do we mean by a complex subsystem? Let's bring it back to our analogy. The simplified interface is that physical power button you just pressed. The complex subsystem is literally everything else inside that computer. The electrical currents, the BIOS checking the hardware, the operating system booting up from the hard drive. A complex subsystem is just a huge bunch of moving parts that have to work together perfectly. So the facade pattern is really just the concept of putting a friendly face, a power button, over all of that chaos. Imagine I'm drawing a line right down the middle of a whiteboard here so we can really look at the contrast. On the left side, we have the outside, the simple power button. It's clean, it's user-friendly, and it literally requires 0 training to use. Now, on the right side of the board, we have the inside, the complex subsystem. There is a whole lot of internal stuff happening here. We're talking thousands of microtransactions, checks, and balances. But the absolute beauty of this architectural concept is that the internal complexity is completely hidden by the facade of that simple button on the outside. The person pushing the button, they don't need to know how the electricity flows. They just need to know the button works.
Now that we've got the real-world idea down, let's look at the formal textbook definition from Wikipedia. It says, a facade is an object that provides a simplified interface to a larger body of code, such as a class library. Notice how this suddenly makes perfect, intuitive sense? It perfectly matches our power button analogy. The simplified interface is our button. The larger body of code is all that messy, complicated internal wiring of the computer.
Let's look at this purely conceptually for a minute. No coding jargon here. Imagine we have a complex computer class. Picture this as a massive, super heavy filing cabinet of instructions. This class represents that larger body of code. It handles all the complicated internal wiring. It manages incredibly difficult tasks like hardware initialization, memory allocation, and CPU scheduling. Now, if you were a developer and you were forced to interact directly with this massive set of instructions every single time you just wanted to turn the machine on, you'd be writing pages and pages of complex commands. It would be incredibly error-prone and honestly just exhausting. So, to save us from that exhaustion, we introduce the simple facade object. Think of this facade conceptually as a clean, neat wrapper that goes entirely around that big, complex computer class. It intercepts what the user wants to do, and it translates it for the complex system. It provides just one simple action to the user, like a conceptual turn-on command. By doing this, it completely hides all the messy internal code. The facade is doing all the heavy lifting of talking to the complex subsystems behind the scenes, so the user or the developer using the code doesn't ever have to. Which brings us to Chapter 3, the developer's takeaway, exactly when you should use this pattern. This comparison brilliantly illustrates the real value of the pattern. If a developer's approach is interacting directly with the raw, complex computer class, the user experience is totally overwhelming. The code complexity exposed to them is incredibly high because all the internal operations are laid bare. They have to know exactly what order to start the fans, power the drive, and load the OS. But if the approach shifts to interacting with the facade, the user experience becomes simple and clean. Their exposed code complexity drops to low because that entire larger body of code is safely hidden away behind a single reliable command.
You wouldn't force someone to become a master electrician just to turn on a living room light, right? Same principle here.
So, if you're building the system and things are starting to feel a little messy or tangled, here are the 3 conceptual steps you want to take to prevent over-engineering. Step 1. Identify that larger, complex body of code or class library that's getting out of hand. Step 2. Create a facade object specifically designed to wrap around all that complexity, acting as a protective shield. And step 3, provide a single, simplified interface to the user or to the other parts of your program. You're intentionally building a clean, focused gateway. The crucial takeaway here is that the facade doesn't delete the complexity. The computer still has to do all the hard work. It just organizes it, so you don't have to look at it.
Let's bring this whole lesson full circle. We started with this phrase, and now I really hope it carries a rich visual meaning for you. The facade pattern provides a simplified interface to a complex subsystem. Every single time you read that from now on, I want you to picture reaching out and pressing the power button on your computer. You are relying on a simple interface to command a massively complex machine. That is the absolute essence of this brilliant structural design pattern.
Which leaves us with one final thought to ponder. Software architecture often beautifully mirrors real-world problem-solving. We've seen how a computer uses a power button as a facade to hide its messy internal wiring. So I want you to take a look around your own daily routines, your workflows, or the projects you're building right now. What complex system in your own life desperately needs a simple facade? Think about where you can add a single power button to simplify the chaos. Thank you so much for exploring this concept with me today.